Hey guys, how are you? It's Jordi here, MP, which is the customer success lead at SellerSnap. Hi, how are you?
Hi guys.
And she's going to walk us through the main features and what sellers use most on SellerSnap. And we will just make a quick video because we did another one with Ian, who was previously at SellerSnap, and I think it was like 60 minutes long. So we'll try to keep it
This
short
will be short. We'll do it
and to
much
see
better.
the two or three highlights. So, Piri, just be my guest.
So amazing. Well, Jordy, thank you so much for having me. I have a few things that I want to talk about today.
Mhm.
The first thing that I want to go through is just, the main overview page. We all know what that is. But under the listings table, I want to show some of the conditions that SellerSnap has that really makes us stand out compared to other competitors. So
Mhm.
one of the main things that sellers can add, which is really important, that a lot of sellers are getting, dinged with right now, is the low inventory fee. So SellerSnap actually created a condition. So you're not just automatically always going to go to max price, but if
Mhm.
the low inventory level fee is currently being applied, you can tell the system to do a variety of things. But set to max price is typically what we recommend, or follow highest competitor, or something like that. We can say follow highest FBA or whatever. But the
Mhm.
idea behind it is that when you're under the historical days of supply of 28, Amazon will most likely give you the fee unless you're not in the right category or whatever. However,
Mhm.
the problem with that is because you're not always getting the fee, having an overall condition for if your historical days of supply goes below 28, that causes a lot of issues. So only if you're actually getting the fee do you want to move to this sort of condition. So
Okay.
you're telling SellerSnap, if I'm getting the fee, follow the highest FBA, go to max price, whatever. SellerSnap will basically pause selling until you get more inventory, and then it'll lower back down and it'll start competing actively again. But the reason
Mhm.
you don't want to be selling while you're getting that fee, because you're getting dinged with a higher fee and it's just not worth it. So
Mhm.
pause selling, wait till you get more inventory, or if you need to sell it really fast, you can also set up like win buy box condition. And so you can set
Mhm.
it like that as well if you're getting the fee. So a lot of people are loving the low inventory level fee conditions. So I wanted just to point out that one. The next thing, a lot of sellers use them, and I don't think a lot of sellers use them, but not everyone. I think everyone should. Views. So what you have here is you can go to filters. Let's say you're not actually repricing anything, but let's say for listings that are being repriced, inventory that's in stock, and listings that have had no orders, let's say in the last no like zero orders, and then we're looking at the last 7 days, we can
Mhm.
see which listings come up under that. So what
Okay.
we can do is we can save this as a view, and we'll call it zero orders 7 days, and you can associate this with a scheduled report. The reason this is super super helpful is you can then have SellerSnap email you on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. And
Mhm.
like, for example, every Monday morning, you can have a report that you get emailed. We'll call it zero orders 7 days. And it will be a CSV file or an Excel spreadsheet of all of your listings that haven't sold in the last week. And
Okay.
so you can get this report, you can look at it, you can see the listing, the mins, the maxes, say, you know what, I really need to lower my min and max price, or I want to
Mhm.
change it to be a more aggressive strategy, or I want to actually, you know, increase the min and max, stop selling this one, pull it, whatever you decide. But the idea behind
Mhm.
it is that you can say, I want it every morning, I want it on Monday mornings, I want it every day of the week, whatever it is you want. But then you're getting this email to you, which is super helpful. And you're not having to go through and nitpick and try and find. It's just automatically being sent to you. So
That's
schedule
awesome. So
report,
it
you
this is not just a repricing anymore.
no. You're like getting into the data and the analytics side. And you're able to
Mhm.
kind of get, a little bit further in. The really helpful part of the data and analytics is it's allowing you to get a little bit more information about your store. The the part that I like about scheduled reports is that it's associated to any of the views. So any of those views that you save, you can make a report. So if sellers
Mhm.
want to have, if you have lots of people working in the store and all of these listings, this one person handles. So we tag them all as this one. Every week you can get a report what are the listings that Jordy's working on this week? And I'll show you, because we also have something called custom columns that I want to go through as well. And the idea behind it is just allowing you to have more control over the store, allowing you to have more information, allowing you to have more, deep dive into things on the data side, and not just being a repricer. We have, it's in beta still, as you can see from the little pop-up.
Okay.
Data Hub. Data Hub is a really cool tool that we are super, super excited about. It's technically still in beta, but we're gathering all the information and getting there. But you can still start using it. It's an entire profit and analytics. So we've taken all the orders information that you've pretty much ever had with SellerSnap, and we've put it all in one place. So users can come in and see, okay, based on the SKU, based on the ASIN, if they have multiple stores, they can base it on the store. If they have FBA, FBM, they can see what the difference is. If it's B2B or B2C, they can see what the difference is. And if it's brands, they can see which brand it comes up at. So the idea behind it is you can get super, super granular. You're getting way more information, and you can, and this is, I'm looking at May 1st, 2024 to May 31st. But so let's do May 2025 or June 2025. We'll do June 2024 until June 2025. Let's see if it lets me just type it in. So now I'll let it load. It's going to show me all of the orders for the last year. So in the last year, in this store, you've had $22,000 in revenue, and we don't have the COGS, so we don't have profit. But we can see, okay, so based on the ASIN, if you had multiple SKUs on a single ASIN, or how many of these were FBA, FBM, or if you had B2B sales. So out of the last year, you had 13 B2B sales. So you can see where, okay, maybe something that I should look at doing a little bit more of is B2B. Maybe I should put a little bit more energy into making sure that I have, B2B quantity discounts, or using SellerSnap's B2B AI to be able to be selling more, because it is a place that you're getting a little bit of revenue from. You can also then look at the performance of the listings, which is, breaking it down even more. Daily, you're seeing, or monthly, you're seeing, okay, what did it all look like? How much did I make in revenue each month based on the SKU, ASIN, store? And then you can just see all the raw orders data as well. So you can kind of get a deeper dive into what, each order was, where did it send, what was the revenue on that order. If you have like a specific question about an order, you can always look at that here. And then you can always ask us, oh guys, can you look at this order and tell me what happened here? And then you have also, today, yesterday, last 7, I think this is last 15, last 30, month, whatever, all the different ways. And you can also then do custom. The last thing that's really, really cool about Data Hub is it does currency conversion. So if you had multiple like EU stores, and the problem currently with SellerSnap is that we aggregate all the data. So we have like the Polish zloty and the British
Swedish crown.
Exactly. It's all just like mixed together. But what you can do now in Data Hub is you can say, I actually want SellerSnap to change all of the math. Well, here we'll go to Profit Analytics so we can actually have it do the math on it. So right now we're at $22,612, but you can tell SellerSnap, I actually want to see what this is in pounds. And SellerSnap will do the calculation and change it to pounds. And so you can, we have everything, but you can then play around with it, which is really helpful for users who are selling in different marketplaces. It aggregates it and it does the correct currency conversion for that place in like today, and it does the math correctly. So it's really cool that we're doing the currency conversion.
Absolutely. Yep. For European sellers, that's a must.
Well, exactly. And I think that's like the biggest thing, that sellers want to see what their true revenue or true profit is in the correct currency.
Because nobody knows what a zloty is. Even if you
live in Poland, you don't even know.
Absolutely. Or Swedish crowns, whatever. It's just euro. Okay, great. So can I grab 2 minutes just to discuss the new Walmart repricer? Do you know when this is coming out?
So I don't actually have a date. We are working on it. We're very excited about it. Hopefully it will be in the coming, but you never know. We are constantly working on it to make sure that it is
Hmm.
usable. Currently, what we have is like Amazon. You have to have an Amazon store so it connects to your Walmart store. But the
Hmm.
new Walmart repricer, you will not need to have an Amazon store connected. You can just have a Walmart store.
That's
So
great.
it'll, yeah, but it's not out yet. And so, but we're
No,
getting,
yeah, yeah.
we're
But it's
getting,
on the pipeline.
it's in the pipeline. It's something that we are really actively working on. It's something that we're really excited about.
Hmm.
We're just, we're wanting to make sure we're doing it really correctly so that there's no issues.
Okay, great. So, and remember that this is the only repricer, at least the only one I know that works for Amazon B2C and Amazon B2B.
I actually don't know if other repricers do
No,
that. We have
me
we're
neither.
the only ones that do AI B2B. I know that.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
So you can use it for your Amazon business account too, which is great because
Yeah.
you know that the average order value is much higher than on the B2C side.
I'll just show you really quickly for the B2B stuff. SellerSnap has, as part of just like, it's one of the little toggles here. So you can go to business repricing, enable it, disable it, whatever. Regular repricing has to be enabled in order to have you have to have a B2C offer to have a B2B offer, obviously. But you can use SellerSnap's AI. And so we have an AI that was created for the single quantity discount and then the multi-quantity discounts. If sellers are actually like, you know what, I don't want quantity discounts, I just want the single, you can do that as well. If sellers want to do a fixed, they can do a fixed, and they can do it as dollar or percent. But using SellerSnap's AI, the goal and the story behind it is, you're now actually competing with the other B2B offers, because previously you didn't know what your competitor was doing. He may have had quantity discounts for 300, 400, and 500, while you had quantity discounts for 20, 30, and 40. So you weren't even in the same realm. So SellerSnap, obviously, we stay within your min and max, we stay within your inventory available, but we will reprice depending on what your competitors are doing on that listing as well.
Great. That was super quick.
I get down to the point and I know exactly what we need. I know the important stuff and we just do it. I can also go, I think that's everything though. That's most of the stuff. I think the biggest thing is Data Hub, which is just, there's so much data now and it loads so fast. And so users can look at years of data at, seconds.
Yeah, and it's always great that you can cross data between your orders and your repricer, and you don't have to do it using an Excel file and joining data from two different tools.
Exactly. And that you can do it all in one place. And then if something doesn't make sense, you can reach out to us and say, hi guys, I'm looking at this and I'm confused. Can you help me? And so we're always available. We're always here to help. But Data Hub specifically, it is such a high level tool that we created. You can look at everything. You can really you can dive so deep into your store and you can spend hours digging in it and looking at orders from 2 years ago, looking at and just really getting what was the item that I was selling. I think it'll be very helpful during Q4, but what was something that I sold last year during Q4 that was a really high seller? Okay, great. How do I get it this year also? And so you can really get that information.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's great.
Yeah, it's a cool one. It's the good stuff. It's
good okay, stuff. Great. So that was super quick. Well, but
did I talk to? Was I speaking too fast, or was it okay?
No. I mean, you're fast as light, but I'm fast too, and especially when I speak Spanish, because this is not my mother tongue.
People don't have patience. People just want to see what's important and then move on.
Absolutely. Great. So yeah, thanks a lot, Piri. And if you want the best repricer on the market, just get your hands on SellerSnap. You can use my discount code. I'll copy paste it on the description of this video. And if you need any more information, just look up for Piri or Tali on LinkedIn and just poke them, send a DM, and they will get you back.
Yeah, we'll get you set up and we'll get you repricing. Super easy.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's super easy. It's I don't use it for this account, but I use it for customers' accounts, and you can get this thing running in less than 2 hours, 3 hours. I mean, it's super quick.
As long as you have your mins and maxes or your costs, you can get up and running within 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. So thanks a lot, Terry.
Awesome. Jordy, thank you so much. It was wonderful speaking with you, and I'll send you the recording as soon as I get it.
Thanks a lot. I'll see you next
Bye.
time.
Bye, Jordy. Thank you.
Bye.